Hey, what's going on, Noles Nation? CJ Wilson here with Doak Talk. Of course, I'm your host. FSU is off to a 3-0 start. We'll go ahead and let you guys filter in a little bit, let it build up a little bit more. A few housekeeping things before we get started in regards to everything. Make sure you guys. I know a lot of people are viewing on X, which is cool, but venture over to the YouTube portion as well, just in case you want to have comments in the comment section. When, of course, later on after I get through the breakdown and what I saw within the game, just I'm gonna have the call-in portion of the show. So I want to get you guys to take. Of course, I love hearing from you and what you saw within the game, what you thought, and moving forward, whatever it may be. And we'll just have that discussion with you guys. So go ahead and venture over from the Twitter and hit that YouTube link. Is on my Twitter feed. Just tweeted it out as well. We had an issue with the previous link, had to put out a new one. So go ahead and hit that link, and we'll get you guys going and get you locked in, get you guys locked in. So go ahead and do that for me. And while you do venture over to the YouTube portion, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. We hang out. We hang out, of course, every post game live show and hanging out and that type of deal. We have interviews for the upcoming week with the beat reporters for the opposition, the opponent, just to give you guys a glimpse, an inside look of the other team. Because to be honest with you, I don't know too much about other teams. All I care is about the FSU football. I mean, I'm like Willie from Bama. I don't give a piss about none but the nose. So we do have other guests that come onto the show. Just had the assistant athletic director of Kent State. He gave a really good breakdown. And it was kind of ironic. He had some ties to Florida State as he worked at FAMU previously. So that was a good conversation. We're going to have a Virginia one for this upcoming week. So make sure you guys tap in and go ahead and subscribe. And also, comments. I know a lot of comments be flowing through the chat, this, that, and the third. I don't see them all. I see a few. But if you absolutely want your comment read, go ahead and hit that super chat and hit that super chat and donate to Dope Talk, man. Show some love to the community. All of it goes to just making the show better in regards to that. And of course, that type of deal. So if you want your comment to be read 100%, go ahead and hit that super chat and it will be displayed on the screen. Call in number. I see that comment. We have the link in the comment. Got my boy James Coleman on. You're gonna hop in on in a second as well. All right, guys. Let's talk about the game a little bit. So 66-10, FSU ended up dominating Kent State. 775 total yards to 206 total yards for the opposition. 30. I mean, dog. Gus put on the fucking offensive clinic. It was crazy. 37 first downs. Hold on, you can let's throw that graphic up for the people just to see how dominant this was. And people talk about the last two games in regards to the competition. I get it, but we did what we're supposed to do, and that's to kill a fly with a sledgehammer and dominate throughout. But we do have a graphic that shows just how dominant we were within that game. You see 717 total yards, the rushing yards disparity, first downs. That shows 7 for 7 on third down. FSU ended up being 9 for 10 on third down, which is pretty good, right? So again, really dominating performance. We have 498 rushing yards, which is a school record, 9 per rush. Like, bro, we did whatever we wanted to, especially on the ground, 9 per rush. Kent State had 163 pass yards with 43 on the ground, and 75 of those passing yards came on the busted coverage TD, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. I really like that play design too, by the way, real creative. I think that's something that Gus should take and put into his book. Tommy looked pretty good. Before we get to Tommy, man, Makai Dansley. Shout out to the A50, man. I know my boy Coleman and James, Florida High, man. Shout out to the A50. Been telling a lot of people, man, this kid is a football player, man. He can play football. I know we see the track times and all that type of deal, and people say he should give up football and focus solely on track. I seen this kid play at Florida High, man. I'm telling you, this. I felt like even back then he was a football player first and just fast as hell that could run track as well too. But he was just a explosive playmaker. Had 106 total yards in the first quarter on just 3 touches. We did see that in the round again too that Gus has been setting up within every game. I'm telling you, it's going. I think he's showing that and setting up for a bigger play down the line. There's so many things we could do with that within that end around. Like I told you guys, what I'm really looking for is a deep shot we're going to create off of it. But you can have the quarterback run to Thomas Castellano. You could give it to the running back. Of course, you have Makai Dansley, the fastest player in the country, on the end around. So, in the plays he made downfield as a receiver. So he started doing that. The shit's going to get scary, right? Because you really have to account for him every play of the game when he's on the field because he's just that dynamic. So he continues to get better. He's going to be a big time weapon for FSU, and we know just within Gus' history, he loves speed, right? And he's doing a hell of a job with putting his playmakers within the right position. Tommy looked good, 10 for 13, 205 yards. He did have that one interception, 54 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns to add to that. We had the injury scare, and I ain't gonna lie, man, I held my breath a little bit, especially, with recent history that we had with quarterbacks as far as being injured. Luckily, he did run back onto the field, and going into the half, he was jogging into the, well, he was walking on his own gingerly. Coming out of the half, he pretty much ran onto the field, so that's good signs. I think it'd be good for Virginia. Sperry looked good as well, too. I love his composure. I wish he would have got more reps, but I think that was more so FSU being on the safe side or cautious side rather, and not really knowing, I guess, the extent of Tommy's injury. And with your QB2, you want to kind of protect him due to the fact that he could have to play against Virginia, even though I don't think it'll come down to that. But I feel like that was the reason why we didn't get that many Sperry reps. Running backs, man. I love our fucking running back room, man. Like it's crazy. Like it's it's a it's a it's a wealth of riches and so many things they bring to the table. Gavin Sawchuk, he looked amazing. Singleton looked good. Lucas, he brings a change of pace, different type of element, different running style. Cam looked very good. I was very impressed with Cam Davis. Looked very good. He looked explosive. He was physical, and he caught the ball out of the backfield very clean. Looked physically fit. Looked like he shed some few pounds. No, of course, you say he was a little bit too bulky last year. He was lumbering a little bit, but no, he was quick twitch. As soon as he caught the pass on the sideline, he was up the field trying to make a play, man. So I was really impressed with what I saw from Kim. That just adds to the backfield. We have a very dynamic backfield. Cromwell looked good as well. It was good to see LaWayne McCoy get out there as well, too, and get some reps and get a few catches. Got him healthy. He's going to be a valuable piece for FSU moving forward, especially with, I think Squirrel should play for the Virginia game. But just to get LaWayne healthy and getting those reps, Elijah Moore looked good too from a pass blocking or some from a catching standpoint and a blocking standpoint. He was real physical. Um, so those are two receivers I wanted to see step up to go along with Boggs, Squirrel, and Deuce. If they can continue to do that, I think we should have a well-rounded receiver room along with the tight ends. Hopefully, we can get Pittman back pretty soon. I'm hoping for this Virginia game because we absolutely need him from a physical standpoint and a blocking standpoint against a stout Miami defense. Defensively, the dominant performance. There was a few lows that I would like to clean up. Q Jones is still struggling a little bit in pass coverage. We have to clean it up a little bit. Going from the Bama game to now, still a little bit of lows in pass coverage. I do think Kent State has some pretty solid receivers. There's a face mask call that he had that just bit on the double move, and I appreciate him not giving up the touchdown, but we have to be more disciplined in our technique. I know Q has been adjusting coming from that. Like I told you guys, Fuller defense was pretty simple. We're going to be press coverage in your face. A little bit different now when you have to backpedal, read the quarterback and play zone coverage and read the receiver as well and zone matching in regards like that is completely different when you do that in regards to changing from a man specific scheme where you just press coverage to doing a variation of everything. And I will say, Tony White, these last 2 games, we have been very vanilla from a play calling standpoint. Nothing is exotic. Didn't really have to draw up anything, and they want to put too much on film that could be used against us. I really think you'll start to see Tony White get into his bag for this Virginia game and definitely the Miami game. But these last 2 games, it was more so just um, base defense and just my man is better than your man. We're going to go from there. All right, that's all I got really quick. I know we got a few callers jumping in. I'll get that going and I'll get back into my breakdown. But let's go ahead and get some of the callers on. I got my guy James Coleman, former FSU fullback, 36. You ready? We give him a call. Let me know. 36, you good? Yep, we got you. What up, bro? Talk to me. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Good weekend. You got my bad about. Oh, you ain't got me on camera, right? All right, cool. So even
Are you
better.
good?
Nah, it's good win, man. Good dominating win. You can't play with your food. That's the most impressive thing about the 2 wins that we've had. You're coming off that Bama high. A lot of times, a lot of teams kind of have lows. They came out And we'll see what they do against Virginia. So that'll be a big one too as well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, shit, the schedule is the schedule, and like you said, you can't play with your food. And we did what we did and look good in dominating fashion against lower competition.
All right, give me 1 second. My bad was at Starbucks, but yeah,
No,
it
you got to
definitely
get that
can.
morning coffee going.
Yeah, I'm headed to the Jags game. Got to go do my NFL coverage. I just wanted to check you out, hop on, and support my bro
Appreciate you, bro.
while we winning.
We got one thing we need to talk about, man. Talk about that tailgate we got going on, man.
Yeah, man, the tailgate. Tailgate is the tailgate of all tailgates. You know, if you ain't never been to a Dope Boys tailgate, you ain't never really been doing nothing. You ain't been doing it right. Um, we're gonna have cheese and we're gonna have Peachy Bros barbecue. We're gonna have all the legends out there, Dub, a lot of other guys. And we got to talk with D Ray and some other guys too about how we can get more of those guys, getting them transported over to Lot 19. So we'll have some announcements this week. $65, all you can eat, all you can drink. One of the biggest things is you want to go buy those tickets early because what's going to end up happening is if y'all all try to come and buy, we're going to sell tickets all the way up to the game. So if you don't buy tickets early and we don't get a chance to count for you, it is going to be all you can eat and all you can drink. It just might not be like when it's out. That's all you can eat. That's it. It ain't no more. But even in Tallahassee, there's a lot of different things that we can do, being locals and being from there. Just I can't wait to fellowship. It's a good time. Enjoy your you got to enjoy your wins while you have it. We all know what bad times coming, and we all get to laugh and enjoy another group of people experiencing bad times. And we will make sure we have the TVs at the tailgate. So if you can't get the tickets, because the tickets are gonna cost you a small child right now. So like we got that for you. But we'll also be a chance to fellowship and watch another of the big three go through pain. Because Texas gonna come in there, and Sark got to show out for his baby mama, right?
Right.
Noriega gonna be back in the state of Florida,
Back
so
in
he got to
Florida.
make sure he put on for a step, not stepdad, excuse me, for his in laws. So I can't wait. Couldn't happen to better people. These losses, and then we're gonna go ahead and I love Carson. Carson is my guy, but you know we got to do it. We got to do it to Carson. We got to. He didn't look very good last night. I texted him and told him that, but I told him I need him to not look very good one more week, and then he can go ahead and just
Do it
he
every
can
day.
ball out after that.
I'm with you 100% on that. But again, though, just to echo what you said, we're going to be selling tickets up to the game 100%, but grab your tickets early so we could get a clear picture from a supply and demand standpoint in regards to what all we need. If we have a certain amount of tickets sell within the pre-week and then we prepare for that, and we have 50 tickets sold on game day, again, make sure that we have everything as far as, grabbing those tickets early. But like my brother said, we are local. We're in Tallahassee. We got a lot of connections, so we can make things shake if need be. All right, bro. I know you got a lot of things going as far as getting to the game and covering the Jags. Appreciate you joining. And we'll chop it up pretty soon, man. And I know we get that W.
All right, bro. Devin.
All right, that's former FSU fullback James Coleman. 36, you still up? Oh shit, he's off. I'll let you guys know where you can follow him at. Does his thing on YouTube as well. Den Media Group. Make sure you guys tap in. There's a lot of live shows, covers not just FSU but the Jaguars and just anything in particular that that's the hot topic in sports at the time. All right, guys. If you want to tap in and call in and give your takes, go ahead. The link is right there. I know we had a few more callers on deck before I was going over the preview and things like that. And also hit that super chat as well too if you guys got a specific question that you want answered. But yeah, going back to what I was saying about the defense, yeah, like I said, they only had 163, well, 206 total yards, 163 passing, and 75 of those came on that one touchdown play. We got to do a better job of being more disciplined. I think it was KJ Kirkland that had the touchdown pass caught at him, but that was a very creative play. They pretty much set up the quarterback quarterback, I guess a quarterback jet sweep on the right side and had the backside receiver go across the face of the safety and hit us for over it and behind us for the touchdown. Real creative play. I love that design, especially using the backside receiver. If you're flowing one way, the right way, so to speak, and then your backside receiver runs the post. As a defensive back, you should be focused on that, but you can get lulled to sleep within the run, thinking they're going to run the ball, to not really focus on backside. Typically, when you run those type of trick plays, so to speak, you're throwing it to that side, that receiver, so to have the opposite side receiver, usually the right side receiver where the player is going to run like a double move or something, but to have the opposite side receiver run that post was real creative to slip it right behind FSU. I would love for Gus to add that to the repertoire. Lot boy, what you got, bro?
Man, what's going on, man? I just want to come here and chop it up. Say we looked real smooth, looked real good. Like you said, that boy Lil Wayne got in there. We ran the ball. We only had one passing touchdown. We ran the ball all game. We had the small scale with Tommy C. Defense had a couple hiccups, but nothing too much to be worried about, man. We dominated, did what we were supposed to do, getting ready for the Virginia boys. Like I said, I think their offense is pretty good. But I saw what their defense did with North Carolina State. They gave up a lot of points out there. I don't think they defense gonna be able to stop Tommy C. I think we're gonna wear them boys down something like 38-24, 38-17. And that boy our boy Tony gonna dial it up. But that shit in Miami ain't looking like they said it was looking. That man had 5 throws past 10 yards and all of them was inaccurate. Check down Charlie, Mr. Bet. It ain't looking like it's supposed to look down there, man. We ain't worried about that. October 4th, belt to ass, man. Belt to ass, bro.
Big time belt to ass October 4th. And I was giving Lagway flack on Twitter because he had like the what do you say, he had under 100 yards in that game. But shit, if you look at Beck numbers as well, man, it was very pedestrian too from a pass standpoint. Like they don't threaten you down the field at all. Beck was 17 for 30, 160 yards, and one interception.
Yeah, man. You know they lying, man. Talking about Miami defense dialed it up. Man, South Florida held them people to 15 points in the swamp.
Miami
Man,
defense,
y'all stop
I will
talking
say,
crazy, man.
Miami defense is really physical. I like Miami defense. I think they're pretty good, but to say they dialed up against a Florida team, like I mean, shit, half the. I mean, how can I put this? Having Billy Napier on you calling the plays for Florida, shit, you're already at an advantage as it is, no matter what to do, what defense you have. So yeah, man, and then DJU, he not DJU, my bad. She played like DJU, but DJ Lagway, like he don't even he don't test the defense downfield. Everything he did was pretty much a check down to the tight end. Their defensive backs for the Miami Hurricanes were rarely tested downfield, so I pretty much I think their defensive performance was more so an indictment of the offensive favors that Billy Napier and those guys did. Granted, Florida's defense, I'm sorry, Miami's defense is fast, very physical, but I think Florida itself pretty much did a lot of favors to the UM's defense.
Oh yeah, man. Everybody know what was coming. After they figured out that we wasn't gonna throw the ball more than 5 yards, they packed the box and they still really couldn't start the run on that one drive when Florida scored on them. Then Beck came back and threw the pick. Them boys got nervous, and then you know your boy Mario want to run it up at the end as if they really did something. Y'all ain't really do nothing like that. Y'all ain't do nothing like that. You ran it up on the people to score with 13-7 in the fourth quarter, man.
No, it's pretty much similar to what he did against FSU last year, kind of getting those late TDs just to make it look better than what it is. But I will say, if you stop Florida's, I'm sorry, if you stop Miami's running game, which I think is very good, they do a good job of run blocking and have really good running back in Fletcher who always leans forward. But if you stop their run and put them behind the sticks, then that shit could get real spooky because I don't see them throwing the ball downfield to beat you at all. It's more so they're built to be a team that's playing ahead. And with FSU's offense, you can get behind pretty quick, and that game plan can change at a drop of a dime with how explosive the offense is for FSU.
Definitely, man. Like I think we gonna focus on Virginia, come out of that health to take care of that. But it's built to ass come October 4th in Tallahassee, man. We kept it vanilla. Gus done called the same plays for the last 2 weeks. We ain't get nowhere near in the playbook yet. This thing finna get cooking in just a little second, man. But get on back to the show and get back in the chat, fam. Shout out to you. I might be October 4th at the tailgate, man.
Hey man, pull up. You know we gonna hang out. And always, it's always a good time when you pull up and vibe with the boys, man. So definitely looking forward to it if you could do it.
100.
Speaking of the tailgate, we will have, like I said, TV streaming. So if you don't have a ticket, you can definitely be out there and fellowship and watch the game with the guys. Shout out to my girl Adrian. Adrian, she does live.
I said, are you strong? They said, I'm strong if you strong. And I said, we strong then.
Shout out to my girl Adrian, man. Appreciate the love. Does a lot of work with us with the tailgates. She's actually related to Makai. People think Dansley is only good in track. He's been just as good in football. Glad they moved to the receiver. Ready to see more from my cousin. Go Noles. She's absolutely right. Like if you track times are amazing. Don't get me wrong. He's an all world sprinter. He's the fastest 400 sprint in the country. I get all of that. But the people who really watch this kid know, like, he's really like on the football field. Like that. That's where it's really at. I think he's a football player that's just really damn fast. And he's able to run track and be elite in that. He's just an elite two-sport athlete. So don't get the notion that he's just a track guy and can do only certain things on the field because he's a track guy. Nah, he's a football player that can score from any facet of the field in any way, and he has elite speed to go along with it. He's definitely a star to make it, man. I agree. But yeah, I told you guys preseason this upcoming Virginia game is one of the games I did have circled for FSU. Don't want to look ahead into a big time rivalry matchup, a potential top 5, top 10 matchup, and that type of deal. But your first road game, a night game on the road, and it's an ACC opponent Friday night. We all know the history with FSU on Friday night, so we have to be locked in. We have to be focused. If we come out and dominate this Virginia team, and this Virginia team is pretty explosive on offense. They can do some things to you. They can score a lot of points. They look pretty good offensively thus far within the season. But again, if we do what we're supposed to do and lock in, this game here will it'll show me a lot for what this team. This is one I have circled as far as just to see the focus level of the team, how locked in we will be going from game to game and carry that. And within these first 3 games, I don't have any reason to believe otherwise because no matter the opponent, we looked locked in. Alabama, East Texas A&M, Kent State, they understood their assignment and looked locked in within each and every one of these opponents. So I don't foresee it changing against Virginia. But again, we being at home, it's going to be a road test. It could be a hostile environment. Friday nights are always weird for FSU. So this is what I'm definitely circling for, just to see how good FSU is moving forward and how seriously we could be as far as within the rest of the schedule. But then you look at the rest of the ACC. Clemson is definitely not who we thought they'd be. They're currently 1-9, 1-3, excuse me, with 2 ACC losses. Could have been very well 0-4 because Troy gave those guys all they can handle. Miami is in the ACC looking pretty good. Georgia Tech is a team to watch as well. They got by Clemson, but the remainder of their schedule is pretty weak. They don't face Miami. They don't face FSU. So I think those are the 3 teams to watch moving forward as far as the ACC championship position. Georgia Tech, Florida State, and Miami, in my opinion. So we'll see how it plays out. FSU gets into the conference schedule this upcoming weekend against Virginia. And I told you guys that'll tell me a lot. And then next week, the big time showdown against the Hurricanes. And that'll really let me know what's what. Probably have you guys booking your real ones pretty soon. We'll see how it play out. But if you guys want to tap in with the show, go ahead and call in. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think. Get your takes off from FSU. What do you feel like we could get better at? What do you feel like you saw that looked good? Talk to me. How do you feel for the season? And if you do have a take that you want to be read specifically, if you don't want to get up on the mic, reading the comments, but they're going pretty fast. So if you want something read specifically, 100%, go ahead and hit that super chat, and we'll definitely get into it. Shout out to T Murray. I like this comment. Only team in FSU's way is FSU. I watched everyone top team this year. I watched everyone top team this year. There isn't a team I see FSU can't beat this year. I agree, man. We just got to stay consistent, man. And I told you guys during the season, like I was not during the season, preseason, as far as my takes throughout the season, as far as the coordinator hires. I was very I'll get into that in a second. We got a caller in. British Noel. We're gonna get you ready to go and locked on. British Noel, you there?
Yeah, hello, how are you?
Pretty good yourself?
Yeah, pretty good. Good result. Always go Noles.
Go Noles.
Um, the running backs was good to see. A bunch of people doing different carries, doing well. I like Singleton. He's a junior, I think, right now, but needs to give him more carries. He looks explosive when he gets them. Cam Davis was good to see, but I saw that he might be injured. I don't know if you've spoken on that. Um, and
The
then
Cam
looking at,
may have missed. I'm sorry. The Cam got banged up in the game. I may have missed that, but I don't think it's anything too serious because I haven't heard anything about it. But I definitely try to look into that and get more information moving forward.
cool, cool. And then quarterbacks, Sperry. I like Sperry. He's good. Glenn, there's a few throws that he should have made but didn't. So I don't know what's up with him. I don't know if he's lost his confidence from all the season before or if he's just not good. Um, and then defensively, I think we're good. We had that one botch play.
Hmm.
Uh, and is it Quindarius Jones? Is he
Yeah.
the one that kind of messed it up a little bit?
Hmm.
I think he's struggling to adjust still, and Edwin Joseph as well is struggling. But they're good players. I think they'll come good. I'm just looking into that Virginia game, like you said. They look good offensively, so I need to see that defense against them. And obviously, our looks I think will be challenging for them. I just can't. It's a way games, but I can't see us really losing by a lot. Or if we lose, or if we win, I don't see them putting up a lot of points. Like I think it'll be maximum 17 points for them or something because I think we got a good team and then we roll on to Miami. So that's what I want to see.
No, I think I agree with you. I think their offense is pretty good, but I do think our front can be the difference maker within this and create a lot of havoc and do things, make pretty much make Virginia get off timing and things like that and make them uncomfortable. So if we could get pressure up front, I think we do that. Of course, that's pretty much any game really. But if we get pressure up front against the Virginia team specifically, it throws a lot of things off. And like you said, we should be able to dominate from there.
Quickly adding on that, is Win going to be back for Virginia?
That's the hope. We're still unknown on that. Mike Norvell, and he's very vague on which I agree with. He's very vague to let injury news out publicly. But from all signs, he is going into the right direction. So if we could get him back for Virginia, that'd be great. But I do absolutely think he'll be back for the Miami game. But I would rather him get back Virginia just to get knock off a little bit of rust and get some snaps against a team like that. So I hope he plays against Virginia because Miami we're going to absolutely need a Kevin Wynn and add to that defensive line depth because as we know, Miami has a very good offensive line that could maul you up front, and once they get rolling and run the football, it can be hard to stop those guys. So I agree 100%. We do need Win, especially for the Miami game, but I would rather him come back for this Virginia game just to get those reps and try to knock off a little bit of rust coming back from injury.
And then let's beat Miami after, flip some of their recruits, and steal the ones from down in Florida as well because that coach is gone. He's going to be gone by next game, I feel.
Yeah, Billy could be going by Monday, British. No, real quick before we get you out of here, where you from, man? Where you calling in from?
London, England.
Yeah, I love it, man. Appreciate the support, man. Shout out to Knowles out of
Who
London.
knows?
Go Knowles, bro. But yeah, I think it would be a little bit tougher to flip from Mario. He's a hell of a recruit. I got to give him that. And Miami's looking pretty good. But the Florida Gators, we should absolutely target a lot of those recruits. And there's a few of those guys on the recruiting list that I think we will be targeting to flip. And I'll speak on a few of those names right now. But I want to show some love to my guy, man. Shout out to my guy D Rod, man. 100%, man. UM fan. Real good guy. Real solid. Been a real one since day one, man. Appreciate the love, bro. Got to get you on. I don't know where you at, bro. If you can make it in time for the game and hang out, oh, that should be love. Thanks, British Noel. Real good conversation with British Noel. It's real dope. We got London listeners as well, man. The Knowles that the logo is worldwide, so you see that right there, man. We got British Noel hanging out with the fellas. But a few of the guys that I feel like FSU will target from the Florida Gators commitments list is shopping season, right? Hines Kent, the tight end slash offensive tackle, depending on how much he develops from a size standpoint, from Brownsville, Georgia. I think it was Florida, Miami, and Florida State were some of the teams that were within his was his finalists. But FSU was a team that, from the official visit, started to make some started trend for him, but he elected to commit to Billy Napier and the Florida Gators. I think we could double back on him as that commitment could be shaky depending on the coaching change. Carson Baker, running back, Langston Hughes. This is a name that we've been hearing about a lot. FSU has been chipping away at this quietly. I would not be surprised if he would be on campus for the Miami game and hang out and watch that one. Um, he stated FSU was his leader at a certain point, and then the Florida Gators did a really good job within the unofficial and official visits to sway his commitment there. But then the games got played. You see Florida struggling offensively. You see what FSU did against what FSU has been doing this year from a running standpoint. Gus Malzahn's going to run the football. He's going to run it effectively, and backs are going to get the equal share to have opportunities to get carries within the backfield. So you see that, you see what Florida's doing and how they're struggling. You can see the trend in regards to what could be best for you as a running back. So Carson, let's make the right decision. Caden Hall, safety out of Milton, Florida, 6'3", 225-pounder. He was a kid that FSU was recruiting on early as well, right there in the Panhandle. FSU was looking good defensively. We're looking good. Shout out to, of course, DC Tony White and safeties coach Evan Cooper. So you see a guy like Ashland Barker making a lot of plays, right? 6'3", 220-pounder. He's pretty much similar to what Caden Hall could do. So you see that on the film, you see the product of it, along with the message FSU has been pushing. You never know. You could shake something with the Caden Hall recruitment. He's a name to watch out for to get on campus as well. This one I'm not too sure about. He may end up sticking, but shit, you never know if Billy Napier is fired. And that's C.J. Brono, the 6'1", 165-pound, 70-pounder cornerback from Florida. He was originally committed to Nebraska and Tony White when he was a defensive coordinator. He let the two commit to the Florida, well, decommit from Nebraska and commit to Florida over the summer. It was pretty much an FSU/Florida battle leading up to that decision to flip. Tony White and the guys could double back in that recruitment, so we'll see how that plays out. But again, it's shopping season on Florida's list. Billy Napier is pretty much a dead man walking, in my opinion, so that recruiting class could fold. Shout out to King Cook. I'm gonna give a shout out to my guy, Ethan Pritchard, man. Plus, Ethan Pritchard was able to blink his eyes last week, so we are playing for our brother, and no team will stop that fire that is burning for our fallen soldiers. So shout out to Ethan Pritchard, man. As you guys know, he was tragically shot, being an innocent bystander, kind of taking his family members home in Gaston County. Shout out to Ethan, man. Keep pushing through, man. The whole nation is definitely praying for you, man. And I will say another thing that I'm happy about is, knock on wood, I don't want to jinx anything, but we've been relatively healthy the beginning portion of the season. Some nicks and bruises to where guys have missed a few games here and there, but nothing to the point we had any season-ending injuries or anything detrimental. It's been a theme in regards to, if we can stay healthy, our starting 22 on both offense and defense could pretty much compete with anyone in the country. And we kind of seen that. We just got to continue to stay healthy because depth isn't as great as it should be in certain positions, especially the offensive line. So if we can keep our offensive line healthy, the sky's the limit. We do a lot of things offensively, especially with conference play coming up and some big-time matchups along the line. All right, guys, go ahead and tap in, man. We got the call-in show, the call-in link right there. Go ahead and tap in. I want to see if you guys got any more takes. Have a conversation with me. Let's do it. And if you guys are pulling up for the Miami game tailgate, or the Miami game in general, grab your tailgate ticket. Grab it ASAP. Grab your tailgate ticket. It's going to be a top 10, could be a likely top 5 matchup against the Miami Hurricanes, just like it should be, right? This is old vibes, 90s, 80s, 2000, early 2000s. This is what you want, right? This was a game that pretty much, at one point in time, decided the national championship pretty much ran through Florida, right? Florida State, Miami, those three teams pretty much, the national championship ran within those three teams in regards to who was going to win, who was going to lose. Those games kind of dictate the national championship, and we could have another right here in Tallahassee. Doak Campbell Stadium is going to be an electric atmosphere. Doak is going to be on 10. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 90% sure it's going to be a night game, which is going to be even more epic. So go ahead, man. Tap in. It's going to be a great environment. We're going to have all you can eat, all you can drink, beer, liquor, water, soda, juice, you name it, from seafood, from burgers, hot dogs, ribs, all of that. So tap in. Of course, we're going to be streaming the game. If you guys don't have tickets to make it to the game, we're going to be streaming as well. We have a few TVs out there, so you can experience it with the live crowd. There's going to be a lot of fans hanging out too, and also your fans. You guys are absolutely welcome. You know we troll and stuff on Twitter, but it's all love, 100%. So you guys come out and hang out too. We're going to be kicking on top of lot 19. Good vibes. That's interesting. Broward Noah with a nice little tidbit. Shout out to Ira Reward Chant. Say he just tweeted that our offense is ranked number 1 and Virginia is ranked 4th. So it's going to be interesting, man. Tony White is going to have his work cut out for him. I'm interested in seeing how he answers the bell in regards to this game going against a pretty good offense. Um, I know he's going to try to have a statement win or a statement performance rather for the defense. But if our defensive line could cause some havoc, then we could go from there. But at the same time, though, I don't think I think Virginia has a good offense. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think they have a defense that could keep up with the Gus Bus and what we could do offensively. So that's going to be the kicker right there. I think we have a defense that can slow down this Virginia offense and make things tough for this Virginia offense. I don't think the Virginia defense has any answers for our offense and what they can bring to the table. I really don't. So it's going to be one of those type of situations to where Virginia may try to press a little bit to keep up from a point standpoint because this offense is humming. And that's why I feel so good about this team because it's so well balanced from an offense and defensive standpoint. I truly believe I don't think it's a game on our schedule where we have a disadvantage at the coordinator position. I just don't believe that from Tony White to Gus Malzahn, the combination of both of those guys, I don't think it's a game on the schedule to where from a coordinator, offensive coordinator position, the combination from the opponents, there isn't a team that on the schedule in which I don't think that's better. That's better than those two as a combo. I think we will not be at a disadvantage in any game from a coordinator standpoint. Yeah, Virginia's going to have their hands full with that Tony White defense. I agree 100%. But things can get weird Friday night, so I do want the team to be locked in and focused. But make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, man. Go ahead and hit that like button. It's a few of you guys hanging out in here. It takes a few minutes to show, or not in a few minutes, a few seconds rather, to show some love and hit that like button. Click of a button. Go ahead and hit it. Like it, man. And try to get this information. Try to get Dope Talk out to like-minded Noles like yourself. Nah, 1P. Al Woody. I don't think it's been announced yet, but real quick, I got it right here. Al Woody. I don't think it's been announced yet as far as the kickoff time for Miami, but I could probably say with absolute certainty it won't be a early like a 12 o'clock or 1 p.m. kickoff. I'm leaning towards the night game for the kickoff for that one. Hasn't been announced yet. It'll probably be announced first thing Saturday or Sunday after our Virginia game. But I think we're looking at a night game and possibly college game day in Tallahassee. If you guys look at if you guys were watching the Florida Miami game last night, um, if you guys were watching the Florida Miami game last night, Kurt Herbstreit and they were kind of hinting at a game day matchup in Tallahassee if we take care of business versus Virginia. So just reading the tea leaves, I think it'll be a night game, but it hasn't been announced officially as of yet. And if it's a night game, that means it's going to be a more epic tailgate, and I cannot wait. All right, guys, if we don't have anyone that's trying to tap in from the call in standpoint, we're probably going to wrap up the show real quick. So we're going to hit that link one more time. The floor is open if you guys want to call in to get your takes off. Let's go. But FSU did dominate against Kent State. I got to give a shout out to Jerry Wilson too, man. He's been a menace breaking on the ball. This anticipation is crazy from the quarterback from the cornerback position. Has great instincts. Broke on another ball for the interception, and also showed the dog and physicality, out muscling the receiver, out wanting the receiver for that ball, make it a big time catch. So shout out to Jerry Wilson, big time player, man. He was just what we needed from the portal standpoint. We needed a veteran defensive back, a guy that was familiar with the system as well, too, that could do all things from a defensive back standpoint, that could play that off coverage. So shout out to Jerry Wilson, man. I really like what he's been bringing to the table from a leadership standpoint. And of course, just playing overall, he's been a big time dog for FSU. And Jabril Rawls, man, I love what Rawls can do. Long, physical, big time playmaker. He's an NFL corner. And also keep pouring onto the Gators. Keep pouring onto the Gators. I know it's tough times for the Gators, but they definitely deserve it from all the talking they've been doing, all the crowning they've been doing. They fat mouthed a lot this all season for whatever reason. They thought they was big dogs in the SEC for whatever reason. They have been the punching bag of the SEC pretty much a long time, right? Those guys have been mid, bottom beer SEC team. It's not looking great from their schedule standpoint. They hyped DJ up. He looked very. He had not 12 touchdowns, 9 interceptions last year. He wasn't great last year. Had best quarterback in the country talk, all that type of deal. They labeled this kid generational. He has looked generationally mid so far this season. Not even mid. He hasn't even looked mid. Mid is supposed to be. It's just mid, right? It's okay. He hasn't looked mid. He's looked terrible, to say the least. 20 plus pass attempts yesterday, less than 100 yards. It's going to be a long season for the Florida Gators, and there's not a fan base that deserves it more. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the broadcast, man. I appreciate y'all joining and kicking it. Make sure you guys, again, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're going to have a Virginia guest coming up for the Virginia game. Can't wait for that one. And also, we probably may go live directly after the Virginia game, just depending on how late the game goes. We'll probably hang out a little bit late night and go live directly after the game. Make sure you guys look out for that. Again, like and subscribe. Grab your tailgate ticket for the Miami game. Go Noles.